I'd like to start by asking you all to ponder something just for a moment. How can you teach yourself about you? Seriously, how can you tell yourself the things that you don't know about yourself? I came across this problem when I was studying to become an actor. And the reason I wanted to become an actor is because I wanted to educate people. I wanted to portray fictitious situations, show what other people go through, and I thought maybe by doing this I could get people to feel a bit of empathy. But then I realized the problem, and that is that there are certain stories that just cannot be told in the theater. And that is a story about you. I cannot tell you a story about you. I don't know you, only you can do that. Everything I do as an actor, we're trained to pursue other-centric objectives. What do I want from this person? As audience members, you watch other people doing things to other people. And how can you even tell yourself a story about you? How do you know the things you don't know about yourself? This question was in my mind the day that I started playing the game Mass Effect. It was a game given to me by my brothers for my birthday, and a ways into the game, I came across a situation where I learned something about myself. The situation centered around these two characters, Tali and Legion. And throughout the game, I'd become very emotionally attached to Tali. She was a very important character to me, and Legion, even though he's a robot, he is sentient, and I saw him as a friend. And the game uses these characters to explore racial tension. And this all comes to a head in this moment, when Tali pulls a gun on Legion. And in this moment, I knew intellectually that Tali was wrong. But then the game did something that I couldn't quite explain. It had a moment where it put a prompt up on screen where I had the option, if I wanted, to shoot one of these characters. And in this split second, without being able to think about it, I chose to shoot Legion. And immediately, I was just shattered and broken, and I just had to put my controller down. And I sat crying on the couch. And it wasn't the way that I would have cried had it been a book. I wasn't sad because Legion was gone. He was a great character, and sure, I wanted him back, but I was sad because I shot Legion, and that was something I never thought I would be able to do. My perception of myself was just shattered, and from that, I learned something about myself that I never knew before that day. I always thought that if I were in that situation, that I would do the right thing, and yet here I was in that situation, the only time I had ever been in that situation, and I did the wrong thing. And now I know that I would do the wrong thing. We all have these parts of ourselves that we don't like to look at and that we tuck away and are afraid of. But really, there's no harm in knowledge. You should seek to know everything you can about yourself and to embrace every part of yourself, because unless you know every part of yourself, you're never going to change the parts that we don't want to be there. And that is the true power of gaming. Every game is an unfinished work of art. Whereas a book on the shelf is what it will always be, a painting is complete, a film on the reel is finished, every game is nothing without its player. It lets us tell stories about us to ourselves. And that is the power of gaming. And I don't care what game it is, the way I play Mario is different from the way you play Mario, and those differences say something important about us. And that is where I think we can truly teach empathy. Because empathy isn't just watching people in other situations and saying, oh, that sucks. Empathy is understanding what it feels like to be the person in that situation. Empathy is taking a look into yourself and understanding how hard it would be for you if you were that person. And by doing this, by being introspective, and by truly telling ourselves stories about us, that's how we can learn empathy. Now, I know some of you guys are sitting here thinking, this guy thinks way too deeply about video games. We need to stop that. Nobody would ever think twice about looking for the deeper meaning in a book, or in an Oscar-winning film, or even in a painting. So why do we think video games are any different? Why do we shy away from searching for a deeper meaning? If we all can just embrace this medium and accept it and use it to learn about ourselves and then to take those lessons into our real world, I know that we can make this world a better place. Thank you all very much.